This might have been my dumbest magic purchase yet. Today we're cracking open an Aetherdrift, however you want to say it, collector's booster box. One of probably the most controversial magic sets in ages. Some people think this is cool, others think it's the worst idea Wizards has ever had. So naturally, I decided to spend actual money on it because making questionable financial decisions is a skill of mine, apparently. Aetherdrift came out about 5 months ago, I think it was February 14th, and it got very mixed reviews. Originally these boxes were, your standard, about £200. I picked this up for about £160, which is still cheaper than this month's Final Fantasy set. But there are some good cards in here. We could see a Serialized Aetherspark in double rainbow foil, that's still going for quite a bit as well. I already have this Aetherspark, I don't know, but I already have this one. It would be cool to add some more. We can also get those golden first place foils. I don't really like them. The concept is cool, but they're gross. They look gross. They look kind of gross. They're gross. They're pretty gross. I don't like them. Maybe I like them. I don't know. I think this pretty much sums up the general consensus of how people felt about Aetherdrift. It's kind of cool, but it's also not, and it's kind of gross, but it's also not. What else do we have? There's also the Japanese showcase cards. Obviously, they've got the fractured foils, and of course the graffiti card styles, which, I actually really like. Whoops, I guess. No, I personally quite like the graffiti style cards, even if everyone else seems to hate them. So yeah, let's find out if this was a bargain or a total waste of money. If you want to watch me make bad financial decisions so you don't have to, hit that subscribe button and tell me in the comments if you would ever buy this to open, or if you wouldn't even touch it to set this on fire. Right, so let's get this open. Using my scissors because my hands have no strength in them whatsoever. What did you guys think of this set? For me personally, this set, I thought the vehicle mechanics and stuff were a bit weird. Oh my god, come on. However, there are ones that I would just, after work, I would go to my LGS and I would pick some up for the weekend to open over a cup of tea. Just for something to open in between releases. Oh, there's a box topper in here. Well, ain't that nice? Let's see what we've got in here. Well, I hit my camera. I'm really bad at opening up 8-packs. I mean, I guess with this I don't really need to worry about damaging the cards too much. Because, oh, of course. Because they're not really worth anything. I thought that I was going to like this because I like cars. And I like Mad Max. And I thought this was going to have a real good Mad Max vibe. But let's see what we've got in this. So we got the Forest. Okay, so these cards, the first place golden cards, I don't particularly like them. I think that the colour is really weird on them and it kind of distracts from the actual artwork. Now, as an artist myself, the art of Magic the Gathering is really what captivated me to become a collector and a player. And this type of foil just doesn't do the artists any credit whatsoever. I like the concept of being in the car as the driver going down the tracks, but other than that, this whole thing is just lost. Let's see what we've got next. Gaunty Night Minister. If these are worth anything at all, now I'll put the prices up somewhere on the screen so that you can see them. But yeah, no, like these cards are just lackluster, I think. Let's put these away. Okay, on to the actual collector's boosters now. So we've got 12 in this pack, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open them, I'm going to show the top cards, going to talk about them a little bit, and then we'll just kind of go through the commons and uncommons quite quickly. One uncommon that we are looking for is Stock Up. This has had a kind of resurgence almost. I've been lucky, I have found 3 of them so far. This was the first one. The second one I gave to my LGS as a trade. And the other one, I've lost it. It's in my collection somewhere, but my collection is vast and sprawled across many rooms in my apartment. So it's here somewhere. I'm just not entirely sure where. So yes, Stock Up would be a really cool thing to find as well. And I know a lot of people don't like loot, but I think he's adorable, and I would very much like to find that Japanese foil look card. So here we go. Ovia? Automech Artisan. Sun Billow Verde. It's not, so I already have this one also, so that's pretty cool. Is this one, I think this one might be foil though, this one isn't. Yeah, so right. Oh, kicking my camera again. Lots of people don't like these. So as I've mentioned now, I am an artist. Specifically, I'm a tattoo artist. So these artworks, they have such a new school mixed with old school kind of tattoo-esque 90s gutter punk vibe to them, and I genuinely like them. I don't like the kind of yellowy greeny background one, but I have been collecting these, and you can hate me, I guess, for liking these. I know that a lot of people have not liked them, but I genuinely do. Renewed Solidarity. Monument to Endurance. That's in a foil. Lovely. I am also a sucker for a nice landscape. Nice. So these are other types of cards that have had some mixed reviews. I enjoy the vibrant colours. I think they're quite nice. I think they're quite busy. I think that whilst playing could be a bit distracting. Jin Drifter in non-foil. And then these planes, I like these planes. I do like the first person artwork when they're not in this crappy gold thing. But I like this. I feel like I'm there. I feel like I'm in the picture, which is pretty cool. So here are the uncommons and the commons. We'll just kind of go through these just quickly. So I've already got this card as well. I don't have it in a foil though. This is actually really quite nice in the foil for a common card. Is it a common? Yeah, it's common. The way that reflects is quite nice. Okay. Let's move on to the second one. Where are these ones actually? Yeah, these ones are from Japan. These ones. As you know, I've mentioned it before, and if you're a Magic collector, you'll know that the printing process in Japan is different to America and the European printers. Voyage Glide Car. It's pretty cool with the graffiti in the back there. I'm also a fan of graffiti art, so I think if you're like not a fan of graffiti arts and kind of alternative arts, maybe the alt arts in this set wasn't meant for you in the first place. So I can understand why a lot of people that like, you know, the traditional kind of fantasy style arts wouldn't enjoy this. March of the World Ooze. Nice. Creatures you control have base power and toughness 6/6 and are oozes in addition to their other types. That's actually pretty good. I like enchantments that do that. Here's another one of those artworks that people don't really seem to like. Oh well, I do. Hashaton, Scarabs First in non-file. This art as well is just gorgeous. I do like it when the main focus is on the character. I think it gets lost a lot. If you have a problem with the puppy dogs in Magic, you're what's wrong. You're what is wrong with the world. These are adorable. I love seeing these in packs. They give me that extra little hit of dopamine from opening them. Broadcast Rambler in foil. That's lovely. I haven't really played much with the vehicle mechanics. I don't know. In the crew one, like, explain what these things are. Crew 2, it's pretty cool art as well though. Yeah, I think that sometimes Magic forgets that there are new players in these new sets, and that a good explanation on the cards, at least a brief explanation, would be nice. So these are all the commons and uncommons. Next pack. I haven't been looking on the other side of these tokens actually. Cryptcaller Chariot, that's pretty cool as well. Hazaret Godseeker, I already have this card too. This is not a foil, however. See, right, okay, this one here. This is the one that I don't particularly like. I don't particularly like this purely because I don't like that colour of yellow. But yeah, I can, when I see this one compared to, let's see, where is it? Yeah, when I see these two together, I can see, looking at this one, why people wouldn't like it. I don't understand why people wouldn't like it looking at this one, but this one, who thought that this weird pea yellow and pea yellow gold was a good thing? Who signed off on this? You should be ashamed of yourself. No shade to the artist. Rollerblades, that's pretty cool. If anybody's ever played Jet Set Radio, might be showing my age, I don't know. But I do like the rollerblades there. There is, you know, the pop culture kind of nods in this set were quite nice. I've got to say, they were subtle enough that it was fun to see Mario and to see Akira. I'm just going to move all these to the side because they're piling up. Oh, that's quite a nice treasure card, actually. Very nice treasure token. That's crazy. Oh, wow. He's eaten a dinosaur. Mimoplasm. Revered one. I really like this. If you haven't guessed, I actually haven't looked at any of the Scryfall or any of the cards. All I know is the cards that I've already seen from actually opening the packs. I also managed to pick up this. A few weeks ago, one of my, in Britain, there is this shop called Game, which sells games, funnily enough, as the name suggests. And my local one was closing down, so they had a ton of stuff on sale that I managed to pick up, and I just thought I might as well pick that up while it was half price. Every time I see stall out, I think it's stock up. No, but I need to see this again. This is fun. I think a lot of people take their Magic very seriously, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you see, just having some fun with the art and fun with the cards, because it is a game after all. You're supposed to have fun with it. I remember when I used to play very regularly, I would try my hardest to make such janky fun decks that would just have people shaking their heads. Full throttle, and there's a little loot there. This is actually quite a good card as well. There are 2 additional combat phases. That's pretty decent. Now, Daretti. When I first heard of Daretti, when I first seen him in his wheelchair, I loved it. So I am disabled, and to have disabled being recognized in such a big game like Magic, I think that is really, really good to have a number, which they do actually. You can look up. There's over 10, I think, notably disabled characters from the game. So it was cool when I first came across Daretti. Not entirely sure I like what they've done with them in here. I mean, I like greasers. I like that rockabilly look. But yeah, I haven't seen this card. This one's okay. I love the colour in that. That's really cool. Aetherflux Conduit. That's actually really beautiful. I do wish sometimes you could just go boop. You know, just boop into the cards. I'll see if I can do that in edit and just boop. Boop. I cannot say that word. Draconautics Engineer. Haunted Hellride and foil. That is some beautiful art. I read that as boosted soup.
soup.
Anyone for some boosted soup? Oh no, that's some pretty cool art there too. Still no stock up. That's a very rare common or uncommon. What's it again? It's an uncommon. So we're about halfway through this. This is our 6th packet, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is. This video is getting pretty long as well. I might speed up little bits of it, but we'll see. Caradora, Heart of Alacria. That is nice. But it's a lot. It's a lot of the art. Search your library for a mount or vehicle card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. I do wonder if, well no, because I guess, I was going to say, I do wonder how well these will be synergistic with the new Edge of Eternities, but I think it's not vehicles, I think it's specifically spacecraft. So, Captain Howler, Sea Scourge. What's there not to love about a shark? Again, that's pretty cool. Pima, Trailblazer, non-foil. The Aetherspark, there we go. Got another one, and this one is in foil. This one is not in foil, so I'm quite happy with that. That is going right there. Skybox Fairy, this is a lot to look at. I think of these types of cards, they're quite samely as well. I think, I know myself, I was a very visual player, so I would memorize the artwork on cards. And I think when they became too samely, it was kind of hard, especially when they're like upside down and you're playing against someone and you're trying to see what card it is, because nobody really likes leaning over and, like, you know, touching people's cards. So yeah, they're pretty, but I don't know how I feel about playing cards like this. Normally when I play as well, I don't even really play foil cards. I just play the basic ones because it's easier for my brain. Again, I've said this before, I do kind of like the first person artwork. This one's nice and foily and shiny. It gives a good depth. Oh, I'm going to actually put that to the side because I'm going to be building a rat deck, so I need some of them. Are you guys hyped for Edge of Eternities? I am. There is the Akira art. Now I can't remember if this artwork is actually on a card or if it's only on a token, but it's pretty cool. As an anime fan, as an anime enjoyer, I do like that. Possessed Engine. See this, it's so hard to actually see that. Like, how can you really appreciate art when it's that muddled? These are great on screen, probably. You know, they're probably great blown up right in front of your face, but you know, when they're in a card, they're hard to see. Willow Rush Verge. Very nice dual land. Gas Guzzler. That one's pretty cool. Slide Hanger Automaton. I do love me a giant robot. Agonosaur Rex. Ranger's Aether Hive. Marshall's Path Cruiser. The more I do these videos, the more I find it quite amazing how people can literally talk throughout the whole thing. Zahur Glory's Past. This is a nice card. This is a subtle background, nice focus on the character. This is something that even if you're playing upside down, you'll be like, right, I know what card that is. Curse Cloth Wrappings. Web Strike Elite. Territorial Aether Hike. Is that what that said? Aether Kite. Riptide Gearhulk. Do I have one of those? No, I don't. Can't remember if this is worth anything, that one. Glide Light Pathmaker. This, I was about to say, this reminds me of Dan Mumford. Dan Mumford, I followed Dan Mumford for 15 years now, maybe. He done all of the artwork for a lot of the bands that I listened to as a kid. And I love his artwork. When he was in the Duskmorn, and he done all of the land art for that, as soon as I seen that he was doing a lot of the land, I ran to my game store and I bought this. Just so that I could have the full land. Oh!
That man's an imposter! That man is the imposter.
Look at that. 2 for 2, I guess. Come on. I would really like a stock up. That would be very nice to get another stock up. Repurposing Bay, Afterburner Expert, Far Fortune End Boss, that's cool. That's like real Mad Max stuff there. Yeah, that's nice. I think I prefer this to the foil one that we've seen, which I have put somewhere now that I will probably never find. There it is. Yeah, I can see, like, it's just, even still though, it's a lot to look at. It's a lot to look at. Okay, this is our third one. We've got 2 more to do. Ketramos, The New Dawn. Okay, I'm not mad about that art. That's not bad. Still a bit busy. Mu Yan Ling, Wind Rider, full art. Lifecraft Engine, On Wings of Gold. I also really like the artworks actually tell a story. It's not just action for the sake of action. It's not just a thing. It's not just someone's face. It's actually got a little story in it. It always leads me to then go and like read these little bits at the bottom. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel as though these are getting less and less. You're seeing less kind of story in the cards as we go on. Ah, there's Mario. There he is.
Mario!
It's me, a Mario. Second last booster pack. Come on, give a stock up. Almighty Raccoon. Give us a stock up. Oh, that's cute. That's a different art. Little loot there. Oh, that's... I haven't seen this one in foil. That's actually quite nice. The foliage on that. Not particularly fancy card or anything. That's quite nice. Oops. Oh my god, throwing everything everywhere. Marunga Raceway. See, I do also kind of like the fact that it's went over all these different lands within the universe, but I think that the whole thing's it's just lost. There's too much but not enough at the same time, and you're not getting enough of each of the lands, you're not getting enough of each of the places and the stories. What do you guys think? It's weird that suddenly everyone's a mechanic as well. Oh, that's nice. That's a different, there's a little lip down there. That's a different version of Sun Below Verge. Not seen that one, that's quite nice. Burner Rocket, Broadcast Rambler, Forests. Any stock up? No. Oh well, no stock up and no sparkly foils, no Japanese loot, no Chandra. The best thing we probably got was this. But honestly, it wasn't... I didn't have my hopes up for this. I don't really think anybody had their hopes up for Aetherdrift. I think I have a... yeah, there we go. I've just noticed as well, these are pretty bent. Probably because it's been on the shelf for so long, honestly. Yeah, this was as good as expected, I guess. The card's not even going into the top loader properly because it's bent. There you go. Yeah, it's as good as I expected it to be. It's not quite a Final Fantasy Collector's Booster like I had hoped to be putting out, but I am not paying a kidney for a booster box. This was cheap enough because it's Aetherdrift. Hopefully Wizards have taken the constructive criticism from the fans and the community and don't really do what they've done with this one again. I'm hoping that as far as like the vehicle side of things and the travel side of things, Edge of Eternities with the space travel, makes things, you know, makes it up. But otherwise, yeah, that was Aetherdrift, and it was as big as a pile of garbage as I thought it was going to be. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and as always, if you like to see me waste money on shit like this, that you don't have to, subscribe. Okay, I will see you in the next one.